Hi, this is the tutorial for the Get Shit Done list. I'm Melody, and I'm here to walk you through the whole process. I generally like to do my Get Shit Done list as soon as I wake up. We go to sleep with worry and thoughts about the future and thinking about all the things we need to get done the next day. And when we wake up in the morning, instead of just going about your day and continuing on the worry train, you stop and you take the time to do your Get Shit Done list. That way, those things that you're worrying about that aren't for you to do, that are for you to let go and let the universe take care of, you can write them down and let them go. That's what makes the Get Shit Done list different than other lists, is that yes, half of it is a to-do list for things that you would like to get done. The other half is also things that you would prefer for life to take care of you. Things like, I choose to feel beautiful, or I would like to feel success. I'd love for my boyfriend to be more loving. Things that you don't really see any action that you can take right away to make happen. So we're going to start off with the first column, which is the column we're most aware of, which is the Today I Intend To column. These are things that we would like to get done, but if we don't, then it's not necessarily a big deal. A lot of lists tend to be a burden to you, where you feel like if you don't get the whole list done, that something's going to happen, like it's some horrible, terrible thing. Whereas the Get Shit Done list, you feel good about. Let's start out by going through a couple of things I have on my list to give you some examples and ideas of things that you can put on your list. I'd like to point out that a lot of these things are activities that I'd be doing otherwise. I put them down because I really feel amazing about being able to check them off at the end of the day. Like, I'm not taking time away from my list to do them. That it's a part of the balance of my life to do things that I enjoy and also things that I feel are necessary to my success and improvement of life. I feel like it's essential to me to do things not only that I feel will benefit my life and the lives of others, but also just generally things that I enjoy. And I don't want to feel like I'm taking time away from my list to do those things. I want to incorporate them into my list so that I feel good about checking them off as well as the other things. So if you take a look down, you can see I have things like dance. It could be taking 5 minutes to dance while I'm making breakfast. You can see that breakfast is also on my list. I feel that eating is a good part of my day, and I do it roughly about 3 times a day, depending, sometimes less, sometimes more. And then you'll also see things like Dexter. I love Dexter, it's one of my favorite shows, and I really feel like I get a lot of enjoyment about watching it. Things like play Guitar Hero, and then underneath Guitar Hero you see pay my phone bill. Very connected to me, so I can go and pay my phone bill, and then go do something else on my list, which is play Guitar Hero. It no longer feels like a burden to do my list. It feels enjoyable and easy for me. If we move on to the other side of the list, you're going to highlight things I'd really like for life to handle for me. This is where people get a little confused. They're not really certain about how to phrase these things or what to write. For me, you can see a couple different things. I choose to have a clean room. I don't really feel like I want to or have time or whatever else. I just don't want to clean my room today. I would, however, really like a clean room. And it could happen that life brings me some way to make this happen by my boyfriend doing it for me, a friend coming over, maybe a maid will randomly appear at my door and offer to clean my room for me. I don't know, but I'd really like life to handle that for me. See other things like I choose to feel appreciated. And just having that thought of writing that down and consciously wanting that could bring appreciation to my life, or I could just feel appreciated all of a sudden. Then there's other more complicated things, like I choose to meet a talented videographer. I could be on the bus somewhere, and then randomly someone just starts talking to me. Oh yeah, I just happen to be a really talented videographer. I have lots of movies. No way, I was just saying how I wanted that this morning. So you can see how things kind of happen for you, and things that you might go to sleep at night and worry about, like, I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent, but I don't really see any way I can really do anything about that right now. You could write that down on your I'd like life to handle for me list as well. And it takes the onus off you. It takes the worry away from you, where you can just let it go. I believe that life is going to handle this for me, and I can let go of my worry, because in the end, I think everyone can agree that worrying doesn't really fix anything, and if anything, it makes your experience one that is less and not as enjoyable for you and the people around you. And if you're not worrying, you feel better, and we all want to feel better.